looked at you since I've known you. The few years that I've known you, man. Real cool dude, man. Real cool cat, and you know, always like it's nothing but love. You know, that's why I really appreciate you, and I hope you know you be around for a long time over here. You know what I mean, and know that you can always come through over here. You can always come through, you know, grandma house, mama house. You know what I mean.
I was gonna say,
you already know.
You know, honestly, starting off, Christian's the first one that kind of put like that whole like family vibe,
Yeah.
like around me, because I fresh out of college, I didn't, you know, you 19, you don't really think about family too much. It's like, oh, I'm trying to get to my bag, like,
Yeah.
So, you know, being around Christian, seeing the family oriented side of him, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then, you know, when he moved to Richmond, the fact that we still kept in contact, I'm like, all right, you know, that's my dude. You know, I want to make sure he's doing good. And then when it flipped and the roles were reversed, and I'm in New York and he's still in Virginia, then it was like, all right, I see what he's talking about. Like, I see where the whole family, because, you know, you don't value a lot until it's not there. So I'm like, he was telling me, he's like, yeah, you know, my family's a big part of my life. And I'm like around my family every day. So it's like, I don't know how you say that. Like, I don't know how that is. I get annoyed after a while. Like, you know, checking in, answering in, you know, you get annoyed. But then flipping in, I'm like, huh. And then when he came back for his birthday, we were all hanging out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you get that sense of feeling of belonging. And so that's when I'm like, you know, I maybe this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, you know, maybe this is my tribe, this is my vibe. So.
Yeah. Like, we always here for you, bro. For real. And that's just coming from me, you know. So whatever you need, you know, just give me a call. You know, give somebody a call. Reach out to Chris, have him call me if I ain't answering. You know, we're never gonna leave you. You know, when you're down and out. You know, this is what family do. So we gotta take care of each other.
I appreciate that.
No doubt, bro. For real. It's nothing but love, dog. Nothing but love. Real quick, I'm everywhere, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, you good?
What school did you go to?
I went to Brookville High School, so
okay.
Little 3A school in Lynchburg, heart of the town. Wasn't too much going on, you know. You had your sports, that was a big thing around there, but wasn't anything too crazy. It wasn't one of these big fancy private schools. It was a public school. Yeah. Like anybody else. Oddly enough, I wasn't supposed to go there. Grandparents used to change the address a little bit, put down my permanent address. Because, you know, they wanted me to have a good education. They didn't want me to go anywhere else. So, you know, a little here and there, a little sign on the dotted line there. But
it worked out.
It did. I appreciate them for that, because who knows what would have happened if I would have been somewhere else. So. Yeah,
for real. Sometimes I get stuck in a what if this was me, or you know what I mean, if I didn't go here or didn't do this, you know what I mean, that shit
it'll eat you alive. Too much thinking will kill the brain sometimes. That's what I like to say.
That's a fact. That's why I get high. That's why I smoke weed.
It cuts it off right then and there.
Right then and there, bro.
There's not too much thinking. You sit back, you calm, you're like, huh. So,
yeah. Man. And, you know, I just have to ask, you know, I think I know the answer. If you don't want to answer this question, I'm not offended. But do you indulge in any recreational activities?
You know, this day and age, you have to. A lot of people say it's bad. No, it's when you deal with the stress and demands of work, deal with the stress and demands of life, you know. I wouldn't even say it fills a void, but for me, it's more of like, that is my off switch. Like, when I'm ready to power down, I don't want to think about too much, you know, recreational time. Yeah. Put the headphones on, video games. That's how I decompress. Like, you know, I'm not thinking about the job and what ifs and what I need to do there. Like, that's not even on my mind. I'm not thinking about what I got to do tomorrow. Because, like, I've gotten to the point where, you know, I don't want to think myself to death. I don't want to keep always hitting the what if, because I did that for the first 2 years I was here. So now it's like, that puts me in kind of like a present day state of mind. Like, it's enjoying the moments that I have. So, you know, I can go somewhere in public and just enjoy the scene, enjoy the time that I'm here. So,
right.
Yeah, no, definitely do the recreational. And it's not a lot, but when I do it, it's just it's a cutoff. It's a let me just think about present day where I'm at right now. So
I'm right there with you. It's definitely not an everyday thing or all the time. I don't need it, but you know, when I do,
it's good to have
it's good to have it. For a fact, that's really the only thing. I drink a little bit, but other than that, man, I don't even drink like that.
I was gonna say, alcohol, not my forte, not my go-to. That's it never really has been. I'm not a huge like. I know people say you don't drink for the taste, but like if it don't taste good, I don't want it. But if I wanted to drink rubbing alcohol, like I would just went to the store and got that. But,
So, all right. So I mean, what's your upcoming what's your next ventures, man? What you got? What's on the horizon for Brother O'Brien?
Next adventures, Christian taught me in real estate.
Oh,
so I do that on the side. I'm taking classes, trying to get there. Trying to level up a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to get to the point where I don't have to work. Like I'll call in and be like, you know what? I feel like working a shift today, so let me go. I got bored yesterday. Let me go.
So let me go into work.
Yeah, but side hustles, real estate right now. That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
It's really all I really focus on is like trying to knock those courses out, go to work. And it's like being back in school again.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus. Full-time job, full-time student, so to say. So that's the next thing on the horizon, because once that's done, I get certified, and it's now we're flipping houses.
Now we're flipping houses. That's what I like to hear, man.
Went from flipping shoes to houses.
I mean, progression.
Yeah, baby steps.
That's it. That's what's up, bro. Well, man. Yeah. You know what? That's getting into the real estate thing. I think that's a good deal for anybody. And once you put in the work, you got to put in the work. Right? If it don't come, you don't just get certified and then, hey, I'm selling all the houses. I'm balling right now.
Nah, that work right there. That's with anything.
Yeah.
I've never had anything just wake up and it just comes to me. So it's always some type of effort, some type of grind, some type of some sleepless nights where you're just like, what can I do better? What can I improve on? So.
Yeah, man. Well, man, that's the goal, bro. Like, what can you do better? Always trying to better yourself. That's the whole point. Can't stay still. You can't stay stagnant, right? So.
Gotta keep swimming.
Gotta keep swimming.
Sink or swim. I don't like drowning, so.
Nah, that's almost like allergic to it.
Doggy paddle, I'm not Michael Phelps breaststroking. I'm a doggy paddle. That's something. I am not staying still.
Can't. Well, good, bro. I'm gonna let you go ahead, man. I know this was a little short one. I know you got a time schedule, so I don't want to. Like I said, I didn't want to hold you up too much longer.
If you need a part 2.
Oh, you know what, bro? We're going to. I won't believe that's gonna happen.
Let me know.
Of course. So I greatly appreciate you. You got any what is it? Anybody want to shout out real quick, or you know what I mean? Shameless plugs you need before we.
Shout out to Christian, man. I don't know. He probably doesn't know this, but everything I've done, all this success, like it's because of him. Like I can't think of anybody else. Like it's really Christian. The times where he's throwing questions at me for interviews. And I'm like, it's 1:00 in the morning. He's like, yo, you got to get this right.
Yeah.
To invite me to see his family and meet his family. Bringing me in as family. So.
Mm-hmm.
Every interview I've ever had, any question I've ever been asked, like, always ties back to Christian.
Yeah.
So, I tell him that. He probably doesn't believe me half the time, but it's the truth. You can ask anybody I've ever worked for.
Yeah.
You ask me, you know, who I give success to, who I give credit to, who molded me to where I am today. You know, it's always going to be Christian, because he's the first one that took the chance on me when I was fresh out of college. He's the first one that really, you know, stuck with me through like the hard times at work, because you know, me and him have been through a lot.
Been through it.
And you know, you would think we've known each other for like 6-7 years. But,
yeah.
You know, in that short time frame that we worked together, we were literally together every day. Like, you know, it felt like years.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I've known him for forever. So
that's good, man. That's what's up. And you know, Chris is I mean, I tell him all the time, you know, how much I appreciate him, because I mean, I wouldn't be doing a lot of this if it wasn't for him. You know what I mean? There was those 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning phone calls, bro.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
you know, yo, I got this idea, son. Like, oh, you should do it like this, and blah blah blah. Like,
And then, you know, those tough conversations when he's like, "Yo, get your shit together."
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. You know, that's a good question. I was hoping you was gonna have an answer right there. Like, I don't know, you know. So yeah, nah, you know, I owe a lot to him. You know, that's my guy, that's my dude. You know.
Sure. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. So, same. Shouts out to Chris.
I see
Shouts out to Chris. You know, so because he used to him and June. Listen, they used to bully the shit out of him. Nah, you don't keep it a buck. You know, both of them. At one point, June was taller than all of us.
That's, you know,
That's the crazy thing. when he was taller than all of us at one point.
What was y'all, like 6?
Yeah,
Yeah,
6, 7, maybe 5.
Shout out to June too.
Shout out to June. But they, you know, as we got older, you know, that I didn't just take that and be like, oh, these niggas is mean, blah blah blah. As we got older, we grew, and I learned a lot from both of them and how to maneuver and why I should do something this way instead of doing it this. Because I don't know if you know, bro, I got a terrible attitude and I got anger management issues. If anybody know, I can accept that, but I can't always just fly off the handles. And sometimes I gotta call and check in and like, yo, I called Chris about 2 weeks ago about an issue. I was like, yo, son, I need you to talk me off the ledge, or make sure I'm not tripping, because I might need some bail money. You know, you talk to me and talk, you know, sense into my head and level me out. And no, you're not wrong for thinking this way, but this is why you shouldn't, you know, knock a nigga off the head. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, you know, he's had those conversations with me too. You know, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
There's been times where I've wondered, you know, what? 25 to life don't sound bad.
Like I'm young, right?
Don't sound bad. What if I get a good public defender?
So,
and, you know, he's always been there to, you know, think about it like this. Relax. You do this, what happens next week? Like, where you gonna go from there?
Right.
So.
Think about what's the effect. Like, after you do what you want to do,
Then what? Like, what did you accomplish?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You might feel better at the moment, but...
His favorite line is, the ends justify the means.
Son.
I'd be like, well, you know what I mean? It justified my happiness for that 30 seconds.
I'm satisfied at that moment,
but did it justify? Nah.
Yeah. So, man, that's one thing we do have in common. I mean, we have a few things in common as well, but our mutual respect and love for this nigga Christian. It's weird saying Christian.
Whoa, Max.
Mutual respect and love for this dude, because he's a good dude, for real. And like we've seen in the other interview I had with him, just watching him grow to who he is today, son, it's amazing. But I'm glad to have you here and you being in my city. And
I'm glad to be here. I appreciate everything. I appreciate being here.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd say it, but you know, I appreciate Rochester. It's taught me a lot since
Hey,
being
man.
out here.
This is who made us, bro. So, you know, like I said, it's not the best, cutest, prettiest city, but this is our city. So we make this shit happen. And
great milestones here. You know?
Facts.
Learning curves, everything. You got it all.
For real, man. But we're gonna end it right there, man. This is Truth Be Told. It's my man OB. It's your brother Pooch. That's it.
Yes, sir.